Today, we light this chalice in the spirit of play. Let us trust the light to guide us in this hour and in the days to come, finding joy along the way. And now, please rise in body and spirit and join me in the words of our covenant. We unite to strengthen the bonds of kinship among all persons, to promote human dignity, and to increase reverence for life's creating, sustaining, and transforming power through worship, study, and service. Thank you.
Hello. We welcome you to worship at Countryside Church Unitarian Universalists. My name is Christian Van Orden, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm a member of the Senior High Youth Group. Today's service focuses on the theme of competition, well fit for today's big game, that of course being the Puppy Bowl and the not so popular Super Bowl. Others vying for our attention today include the competition between halftime performance by six-time Grammy winner Bad Bunny and the five-time Grammy nominee Kid Rock, who has coincidentally won the same amount of Nobel Peace Prizes as our president. All jokes aside, we hope that you will take away the healthy benefits of competition. Also, please be aware that we are acting and it does not reflect our actual personality. Please join us in singing hymn 323. Will all the young or young at heart come up front for the story for all ages? Okay. Is this everyone? Perfect. Okay. Hi, guys. What do you guys think is in our Wonder Box today? Do we have any guesses? Yeah. Something? You know what? That is the smartest guess there is. Maybe. Oh, that's a good guess too. Do we got any more? Yeah, what's up? No clue? Yeah? A heart? We got some good guesses here. Okay, well, does anyone want to open it? Ooh. Okay, I think we ran up here to open the box, so. Do you want to give it a try? Yeah. Ooh, do you want to come together? Yeah, come help. You guys got it. Perfect.
They're not to keep, but they are working.
Yeah. We will need them fast. So,
When you look at a medal, what might that mean to you? What might a medal mean? No clue? What's something you might get a medal for?
Winning.
For winning, yeah?
This is very specific.
Uh-huh.
For winning a Pinewood Derby that I did yesterday.
Oh, cool. I loved Pinewood. Oh, nice. Some fast cars there. Anything else? Any more ideas? Okay. Do you always need a medal for doing the right thing or a good thing or winning something? No? Is a medal always the most important thing? No? We got some ideas there. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, we're going to read a book by Dr. Seuss, and it's called King Louie Cats. Way back in the olden golden days, in the year 139, a fancy cat named Louie was the king of Katzenstein. King Louie was a proud cat, mighty proud of his royal tail. He had it washed every morning in a 10-gallon golden pail. My tail is such a lovely tail, King Louie used to brag. My tail must never touch the ground. My tail must never drag. So Louie Cats made Phooey Cats follow him around, and Phooey kept the kingly thing from dragging on the ground. Well, all was fine in Katzenstein. The king's tail wasn't dragging, but one day Phooey looked behind and saw that his was sagging. My lovely tail, he said with pride, oh, this will never do. If Louie has his tail held up, I'm going to have mine too. So Phooey Cats made Cooey Cats follow him around, and Cooey Cats kept Phooey's tail from dragging on the ground. Now all was fine in Katzenstein till Cooey's pride was hurt, when he discovered his fine tail was dragging in the dirt. So Cooey made a cat named Chewy follow him around, and Chewy Cats kept Cooey's tail from dragging on the ground. And so it went in Katzenstein. Next, Chewy Cats got Hooey, and Hooey Cats got Bluey Cats, and Bluey Cats got Pruey, till all the cats in Katzenstein were hiking round and round, all keeping one another's tails from dragging on the ground, all proud except for one small cat. The last cat in the line. The last cat of all the cats that lived in Katzenstein. A most unhappy little cat named Zooey Katzenbein. His tail would never be held up, and poor old Zooey knew it, because holding up a cat's tail takes another cat to do it. Poor Zooey got so awfully mad, so mad he could have spit, but he did a far, far braver thing. He simply yelled, I quit! I cannot, shall not, will not lug this stupid thing around. He slammed the tail of Pruey Cats. He slammed it on the ground. Then Pruey Cats slammed Bluey's tail, and Bluey Cats slammed Huey's, and Huey Cats slammed Chewy's tail, and Chewy Cats slammed Cooey's. All the tails in Katzenstein were slammed, including proud King Louie's. And since that day in Katzenstein, all cats have been more grown up. They're all more democratic, because each cat holds his own up. What'd we think of the story? We like it? So, when the last cat dropped the cat before him's tail, was that allowed? Was he breaking the rules when he did that? Well, if the king asked him to hold his tail, was he supposed to drop it? No. But is it better that he dropped it? Like, did it fix everything? Yeah? So, what does that tell us about breaking the rules sometimes when something isn't right? If the system isn't right, maybe it's okay if we break the rules? Is that maybe... I know, crazy stuff. Okay, how about this? Was it brave of him to do what all of his friends couldn't do? How hard is it when all of your friends are doing one thing to do something else? No clue? You know what? Honesty is the best policy. Okay. True. Okay. Well, I hope you guys liked this story. You can go back to your seats if you want, but we do need the medals back.
ChatGPT, generate a youth 2.5 minute script on competition about the ethics of cheating. Okay, I'm gonna say what nobody else here wants to say. Life is a competition. There are winners and there are excuses. You don't get trophies for trying. You get trophies for dominating. That's how I was raised to think. Be stronger, be faster, be smarter, or get left behind.
Hey, this one seems kind of wrong.
Yeah, I could tell. Just, it's okay, it's okay. I'll regenerate it. That's the great thing about AI. Just like, it's fine. It'll be better this time. Imagine this. You're in a big competition. It could be a sport, a video game tournament, a test, a debate, band tryouts, whatever matters to you. Maybe it's peeking at someone else's answers. Maybe it's bending the rules just a little. Maybe no one would ever know. Here's the question. Is winning still winning if you have to cheat to get there? Most of us grow up hearing, cheating is wrong. But real life isn't always that simple. What if the system feels unfair to begin with? What if losing means letting down your team, your family, or even yourself? Competition tells us that winning matters, and the pressure gets high enough, the line between right and wrong can start to blur.
Dude, I don't think it was very cruel to use AI there. That felt kind of unethical.
Yeah, but like, it works. It's fine. Like, it worked. It got the message across.
Well, I mean, outside of using a soulless machine in a place of worship, which feels rather sacrilegious, there's also the how AI is rather unethical in its sources as well.
But it was right. Like, it got the message across. And, like, that's the point.
But only after I had to point it out to you.
But as long as we're all still thinking about what it's saying, and we all still understand that it was wrong, then it's okay.
Yes, however, there's also just how AI is flawed and unethical in its very sources.
Yes, but it's getting those sources from sources. So the sources have the wrong information, not AI. AI didn't do anything wrong. It's just collecting the information.
That is not what I was referring to. I was referring to how, for example, there's a town in Georgia named Mansfield. Mansfield is a small town, and it recently is home to a brand new AI data center, one owned by Meta, also known as Facebook. This data center, due to its creation, has ruined most of the town's water supply. The remaining water is brown and muddy. It can't be drank, and they don't have any drinking water left.
Yes, that's a bad thing, but that will get better. All technologies have costs, and it will get better, and it'll improve, and it'll be okay.
But that's not the only cost associated with AI, however. There's also general safety risks. For example, fairly recently, a 60-year-old man had to go. A 60-year-old man had to go to the hospital because he found some general health information online, and when he asked AI about it, it encouraged him, to such an extreme that it resulted in him having to go to the hospital.
Okay, yes, I understand that AI can be dangerous at times, and there's a lot to do for it to be a good technology, but it's still useful, and so many people are using it, it's almost needed in order to stay ahead.
Stay ahead? I do not think that you are right in this. This is a church reading. There's no winning and losing in this.
Well, we can agree to disagree, but I'll win and you'll lose, and just...
I do not think that we were actually speaking to each other there.
This poem is called And Then by Judy Chicago. And then all that has divided us will merge. And then compassion will be wedded to power. And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind. And then both men and women will be gentle. And then both men and women will be strong. And then no person will be subject to another's will. And then all will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many. And then all will share equally in earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.
This is responsive reading 521. I will read the plain text. The congregation should respond with the italicized text. May I be no one's enemy, and may I be the friend of that which is eternal and abides. May I wish for every person. May I rejoice in the ill fortune of one who has wronged me. May I never fail a friend. May I always keep tame that which rages within me. May I know good people and follow in their footsteps.
Hello and welcome to Jeopardy! In this game, we will be contesting on 6 different things, in 6 different categories, where each of our contestants here will ring in and try to answer it and gain points. Oh. Okay then, as you can see behind me, we have 6 categories to go through. CCUU history, which is about obviously very CCUU history, the trolley problem, the Olympics, general ethics, famous UUs, and board game rules, or general rules in general for various games. Christian, you can start us off. Where would you like to go?
Let's start with game rules for 100.
Okay then. This controversial Uno rule allows for multiple cards to be played at one time.
What is stacking?
That is correct! Christian, it is still your board. Where would you like to go?
Let's go with game rules 200.
The definition of offsides.
What is I don't know?
You are not wrong. Correct! No one knows. Christian, it is your board. Where would you like to go?
Let's continue with game rules 300.
In some groups, this controversial event happens when you land on free parking.
What
is collect taxes?
That is correct. However, Grayson, Christian was the one who buzzed in, not you. Christian, I guess it's still your board. Where do you want to go next?
Let's go with Olympics 100.
The swimming champion, who was known as the most decorated Olympian with 28 Olympic medals.
Who is Michael Phelps?
That is correct. Quinn, it is now your board. Where would you like to go next?
Let's do CCUU history for 300.
The founding member of the Minister of CCUU. Or the founding.
Who is Reverend Rupert Lovely?
That is correct. Quinn, it is still your board. Where would you like to go next?
Let's do CCUU history for 400.
The year that the CCUU was founded.
1991.
That is incorrect.
What is 1956?
That is correct. Isabel, it is now your board. Where would you like to go?
Let's do Olympics for 200.
This risky gymnastics move was given less points to discourage its use.
What is the biosteel?
That is correct. Isabel, it is your board. Where would you like to go?
Let's do Olympics for 300.
The year that the Olympics were held in Nazi Germany.
What is 1936?
That is correct. Christian, it is now your board. Where would you like to go?
Let's do ethics for 500.
Okay. Introduced by Immanuel Kant, this philosophy states to act only according to that maxim whereby you can at the same time will that it should be a universal law.
What is categorical imperative?
That is correct. Grayson, it is now your board. Where would you like to go next?
Trolley problems 100.
This steeply sloped U.S. city is known for their use of trolleys.
What is San Francisco?
That is correct. Grace, it's still your board. Where would you like to go next?
Trolley problems 200.
Okay. The inventor of the electric trolley in 1887.
Who is Frank Julian Sprague?
That is correct. Quinn, it is now your board. Where would you like to go next?
Trolley problems for 300.
The trolley problem and the torture dilemma are examples of this.
What is an ethical dilemma?
Correct. Isabel, it is now your board. Where would you like to go?
Hey, what is the trolley problem?
So glad you asked. The trolley problem. Okay.
the
then.
trolley problem. Imagine you're on a train. Choo, 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 choo. On the track in front of you. 5 people. All of them tied to the tracks. You could kill them if you knew nothing. But there's another train. One person. What? Sorry. One person. One person. And if you pull the lever, they kill that one person. But that would be your fault, and if you do nothing, it's 5 people. So, do you have an ethical responsibility to save 4 people by killing one of them? And is that being on your conscience, is that worth it?
Thank you for the explanation, contestant number 1. However, please do not interrupt me again, as
Correct.
This is my
I
game
am
show.
contestant number 1.
Okay then. Now then, Isabel, it is your board. Where would you like to go?
Trolley problems for 400.
Okay. The correct answer to the trolley problem.
I don't think anyone knows.
That is. Oh dear, it seems like our system's having some technical difficulties. We'll just have to knock out that one. Isabel, since that one was rendered null and void, it is your call now. Where would you like to go?
Let's close out the category. Trolley problems 500.
The correct answer to the trolley problem, when 5 people have been working on the cure for cancer are on one track, and your best friend is on the other track. Who do you hit? Chug, tick, tick, to contestants. The trains are coming.
Yeah, we still don't know.
Yup. We'll just have to save this one for later then. Oh well. Since no one wants to take this one, Isabel, I guess it's your board.
Let's do ethics 400.
The circumstances under which cheating is acceptable.
All of them.
No.
Yes.
It is not okay to cheat.
Yeah, it's 100%.
No, it is never okay to cheat.
Okay, but what if, like, the thing is wrong? Like, what if it's
Even
rigged?
then, it's not okay.
It's rigged.
Yeah, but you're still messing up like everyone who's actually putting in the work.
No, that's acceptable. Now then, we will be cutting to now then, it's time for commercial. So now then, a word from our sponsors, who are actually you and Gary.
I understand that the youth originally extended an offer to Bad Bunny to be here to give the offertory, but I understand he had a prior commitment, so you're stuck with me. Giving thanks is an important part of living in a covenantal community. Your financial gifts show gratitude for how our congregation supports all of us. We are wildly grateful for you and this support. Without you, our mission to inspire, heal, and belong could not be fulfilled. Your gifts of gratitude will now be gratefully received.
My name is Reed McTavish, and I'll be sharing the joys and concerns of the congregation. Matt Myron shares that his father recently had brain surgery. Matt and Margaret have been with him, helping him get settled back at home, which is complicated. Our love and prayers to all of you. Chelsea Scoggin and her daughter Jess lost their beloved dog Lou this week. After many years of love and care, they feel devastated. Lou has been there for so much of life, and we are glad his love remains. Pam and Karen share that Parker, the wonder dog, made her way across the Rainbow Bridge recently. They miss her terribly. Additionally, Rev Pam fell and suffered a broken wrist and concussion earlier this week. Rev Pam expects to be back in the office on Wednesday with light duties for a bit of time. Chris Smith shares that he has minor surgery on Monday. Nothing to worry about. Breathe in peace, breathe out love. Kudos and gratitude to Mark Houston for his powerful presentation on Sunday on the seeds of fascism, and to Allison Vernon's beautiful rendition of Bella Ciao, an Italian resistance song. We also hold in our thoughts that many in this congregation whose joys and concerns they chose to keep within their hearts. Know that our love and support are there for you. Now rise in body or spirit and join us in singing hymn 181.
No matter
Usually for this section, we would do a power shuffle. However, instead, we have elected to use our phones. You could feel free to scan the QR code to enter. If you do not have a phone, feel free to partner up with another. You may also go to pe.app/ccuu.
At the top where it says pe.app/ccuu, you can just type that right into your browser and it will take you to the survey. So let's give everybody a second to do that.
Of course.
So people are already answering, that's okay. Jumping to other screen. We're going to try and get back to question 1.
We have now moved on to the next question. We are now moving on to the next question. We are now moving on to the next question. We are now moving on to the next question. We are now moving on to the next question. I would like to remind you all now that this is anonymous. We are now moving on to the next question. Now then, on to the next question. 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 On to the final question. Final question +1. And that ends our questions for today. Grayson, why were you continuously causing issues at the service with your various cheatings?
Because cheating is the only way to survive in this world. It's the only way to stay ahead.
You know, one of the coaches at my school got fired for that because kids were using fake addresses to get onto better teams to try and get college scholarships.
Yeah, to get college scholarships. Cheating is worth that.
And also, it's not as if taking a college scholarship is directly harming anyone.
Yeah, of course.
Well, scholarships matter because that's taking away the opportunity from people that are actually trying.
So it's considered trying now to go to a good school and get lucky? We're leveling the playing field. That's all it is.
Now, this is complicated. If the system is rigged, then cheating is okay. But if cheating hurts people, then it's bad. So where do you draw the line?
Please join in responsive reading 652. I will read the plain text, and the congregation will respond with the italicized. The great end in religious instruction is not to stamp our minds upon the young, but to stir up their own. Not to make them see with our eyes, but to look and find our being instead of looking with their own. Not to give them a definite amount of knowledge, but to inspire a fervent love of truth. Not to form an outward regularity, but to touch inward strengths. Not to bind them by ineradicable prejudices to our particular sect or peculiar notions. But to prepare them for the impartial, conscientious judging of whatever subjects may be offered to their decision. Not to burden the memory, but to quicken and strengthen the power of thought. Not to impose rigid upon them in the form of arbitrary rules, but to awaken conscience, the moral discernment. In a word, the great end is to awaken the soul, to excite and cherish spiritual life.
It is now time to extinguish the chalice. Be patient towards all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the question themselves. Like locked rooms and like books that are now written in a foreign tongue. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given to you, because you would not be able to live them. I can't read today. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer.